Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
Drake lost.
Holy crap. Wow. Yes, we have to talk about our favorite artist on this channel once again, Aubrey, Drake, Graham, Drizzy, Champagne Poppy. But you know what? It's under great circumstances because we are able to mostly close the book on what has been one of the most daunting and consequential stories to come out of the world of music in the last year, and that was Drake's ongoing defamation lawsuit against his label, UMG, over the claim that the lyrical content within Kendrick Lamar's track, Not Like Us, pretty much the nail in the coffin of the beef that him and Kendrick engaged in 2024. The statements in that song were straight up defamatory, and UMG was liable for them as the publisher of the song. Now, the reasons this legal case was super consequential, I have gone over time and time again. If it went in Drake's favor, it could have impacted a lot of things in regards to creativity.
I wonder if it's still gonna leave an impact in the sense that labels are gonna be afraid to put out this music because just for the the fact that you can get sued. Obviously you're not gonna win now, but you still can get sued. Is that worth the hassle of being sued? I don't know.
And artist speech, but to again put it bluntly, if the lyrical content within a voluntarily engaged in rap battle is suddenly now actionable, what does that do to the art form of diss tracks and hip hop at large? Every single time an artist may say something nasty or insulting or maybe even accusatory to some extent in a song about somebody else, is that supposed to then end up in a court case somehow? The nightmare scenarios branch out further than there, but thankfully for now, Pandora's box seems to have been closed, with this case being fully dismissed now by the court. The trial, if there was going to be one, was actually set to take place in February of 2026. UMG has been lobbying and pushing for this case to be dismissed. For a moment, it seemed like the court was not interested in doing that, but I guess they changed course with Judge Vargas issuing a full dismissal here with a pretty dense and thoughtful opinion.
Oh, it's a little goat.
Let's get into it. That's what I want to see.
I can't see you over the goat. Where'd you go, Jen?
Currently, as of right now, Drake and his legal team are planning to mount potentially some sort of appeal. The likelihood of that winning is pretty low, especially given how
the reason why they
Right.
dismiss his case, because
Right.
I haven't heard anybody
Yeah,
talk about
that's
the details.
what I want to see too.
thorough Judge Vargas's opinion is here on the dismissal. But, you know, the chances of a Drake W in an appeal here, it's not zero. But the other thing that I want to mention before I start digging into this legal document over here is just how gross and nasty and divisive and terrible all of this has made the music discourse space for months now. Like, this bullshit has caused us to have to think about this battle and the Kendrick Lamar Drake hip hop division for way longer and way more often than I think any normal person should be doing. And sure, while there will be some moronic detractors in the comments saying, Anthony, aren't you engaged in that too? Aren't you also doing that? I talk about music news for a living. I would be an idiot to not be paying attention to and commenting on and covering, again, like I said earlier, one of the most consequential cases in modern.
Yeah, it was just kind of interesting because not many people are talking about this. Like, I wanted to react to this on Friday, I think, when it happened. Couldn't find a video.
I think because other bigger news was happening.
Yeah, we're still on the Taylor train, I guess. No, yeah, but nobody's talking about it. He's one of the few people that are talking about it. Like, it's crazy.
Because I feel like, especially since they're under the same label too, I think Taylor right now is just taking over the internet.
Kind of helps Drake, though, huh? Like, nobody's really noticing it, huh?
Modern history when it comes to the music industry. But with that being said, there are individuals who have made this
Also, interesting how this is going to affect Drake's career now. Because UMG, what are they gonna drop him? Like, how is he gonna self-publish? Is he gonna get shelved by
I
UMG?
don't know if they can penalize him, because then that's the case. Because that's okay.
Retaliation?
That's retaliation directly.
Mm.
I don't think they're gonna, but I think he already felt like that the label has been treating him differently already. I think this is not just something that just happened.
Because Drake has dropped that album with Party Next Door, right? And the song Nokia was doing okay. Like, I mean, it was cool. So doesn't seem like he has been penalized since he started this. I guess we'll see. And wasn't there the whole thing like when he dropped the song with J. Cole and that whole album? but that essentially started. So he said like, okay, he's gonna retire, not retire, but take a break to deal
Yeah,
with
he
something.
did say that.
But
He
that break never
did.
happened.
Yeah.
Case and the discourse around it their entire lives for the past half a year, many of whom devoted themselves to making sure they were on the wrong side of this thing all the way. When I say wrong side of this, I don't mean just morally for the reasons that I mentioned earlier in terms of the potential impacts this case could have had on modern music. No, I also mean logically, because for a long time now, legal experts who have commented on this case have done almost nothing other than predict an L for him, but almost the entire time, especially as Drake was basically asking for UMG to hand over any information they might have in terms of like the parental status of Kendrick Lamar to his kids, wondering if Dave Free was actually their dad instead. Yeah, especially by that point, it was clear that Drake was getting desperate, not getting what he wanted, and was probably going to lose. And yet there were so many who were still willing to push the lie that this was a righteous battle for Drake to engage in and that he was most likely going to win. And I want to make sure those people know, because
This was never a righteous battle to engage for Drake. No, this is embarrassing for hip hop. That should never happen.
positive a lot of them are watching right now. You are full of fucking shit. You're liars, you're fakes, you're frauds,
I think that's
you're
like
morons.
because he keeps around a lot of yes people, so of course they're gonna hype him up in doing this.
You should never be taken seriously again. Like, I'm convinced if you guys didn't have this to obsess over
But
over the
this
past
is a
year,
little bit no, I don't want to get into this. I want to know, okay, what happened? Like, what's the point of this?
you would actually just be in a cult right now. You would have found a cult to join instead. But instead you did this, and frankly, you should be fucking embarrassed. Like, you really truly should do everything you can to erase this period of your life and move on and, I don't know, get into like stamp collecting or something like that. Just a hobby or a passion or an interest where you're less likely to hurt or annoy anyone or interact with people, because, you know, communicating and reading, it's not for you. But with that being said, shout out to Judge Vargas over here, who wrote a very interesting and dense opinion. I'm not going to go over all of it, but I will talk about some major points here that should be addressed, like on page 14, where the judge talks about, and this is a pretty important linchpin type moment for the case, whether or not Kendrick's words in Not Like Us could be categorized or misconstrued as fact or opinion, because I guess apparently to the defamation precedent that the court was working within, if Kendrick's words and Not Like Us were to be categorized as opinion over fact in terms of how it was presented and what it was conveying, then it wouldn't be actionable. And there are a lot of points made in the document about what makes Not Like Us qualify as opinion over fact.
We got here first. We did it.
Nah, she's right there.
I think this is the whole opinion over fact is
Include
at the crux of defamation, just what defamation is. That's like oftentimes, you know, when we do K-pop and I say that, oh, this is opinion, people, that's not defamation, you shouldn't be sued, because it's basically anything you really say online is pure opinion.
Yeah.
Like everything is an opinion unless you say, like, I don't know, like, it's just, to me, that's what's defamation to me is like almost like very, very, very hard to sue for, because it's like everything I say is my opinion. Like,
I do think like after Cardi B's win, a lot of celebrities say, okay, you could win, but it's like, even difficult even to collect.
on page 14, the forum in which the defamatory statement is conveyed, in this case, obviously a popular hip hop diss track, whereas by point of comparison, it would be easier to come away from Kendrick's points thinking they are facts if they were presented instead on, like, I don't know, a nightly news broadcast. So again, essentially the court is arguing here that the forum in which these messages are conveyed matters. And there are even pages in this document where it is argued that the context...
right, I think, what is Tasha K?
She's a blogger.
But does she cover news or
She does both, like celebrity news
does
gossip.
opinion pieces or news pieces?
I feel like she does both.
Because I think like for channels, like I think this is an interesting point. So for channels that are like ours, we're not
Like she does like a lot of allegedly, you know?
for channels like ours, which essentially are reactions, thus like opinions. So for us, everything we say is an opinion. Nothing we say can be construed as news as fact. It's all opinion. Versus, I feel like if there was a channel that does news,
Yeah.
what they said that comes off as a fact, because they're not supposed to be on. And that's why the problem with American news so much, because you have CNN, but basically the whole fucking day they're running opinion pieces. Same with Fox News, not pointing out CNN here. The whole day's opinion pieces, but it's a news channel, especially Fox News. If anything, it's called news. which should be a factual stuff.
The thing is with Tasha K, she was saying these things as if they were true and factual, and not it was her opinion.
No, I understand it, but I'm saying what they're saying in the case is that the platform matters. So if a platform is known to present facts, it you could say that even though they might say it's an opinion, but if it's on a platform that has 9 out of 10 are facts, you can assume that it's a fact.
You can still formulate an opinion by gathering facts. It's just you have to demonstrate what the facts part is being accurate, because you see like the CNN, the ABC, they got sued by Trump by making like saying a fact that was actually incorrectly stated and was
Right.
not corrected.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the platform matters.
Surrounding Not Like Us also matters. Case in point on page 19 here. the
Honestly,
judge brings up,
I
of
don't
course,
think the platform should matter.
I think it should.
Because you say that it matters because of how much money you can actually pull from that platform. Like, would it be
No.
meaningful?
No,
Because
that's not
to
what I'm
me,
saying.
across the board, someone cannot just say something about you that's outright false, because there's going to be a sector of the population that will believe it, and that can grow into something bigger where it could lead to career sabotage.
Right, but if the why I'm saying the platform matters is if a platform is a news channel, they should not provide opinions. So if they say something that's their opinion, but it's false, but it's a news channel, they should be liable for defamation, because
But
their
what if it's
platform
an
is a news
what
channel.
if it's a opinion channel?
But if it's an opinion channel, then and people are entitled to their opinion. I don't
But
think
they
should
have
be
to make sure
penalized.
they say that
No,
this is
it's
not true. This
No,
is
no, it's
alleged.
their opinion, though. It doesn't have to be true. It's their opinion.
Oh, I think what matters is what is said.
No, I think
Not
what matters is the
what's
platform.
no, I think is what is said.
Because I can have opinion and my opinion be wrong, but it's still
Because
my opinion.
then the philosophy, the logic should still follow through that what was wrong to be said in a big platform should be wrong to be said in a little platform.
But it's not about the size of the platform. The size of the platform doesn't matter. That's not what I'm talking about. It's about what.
So it's a gossip channel
Vers-
saying falsehoods about you. Say, oh, but this is my opinion, but it's not true. It's not. This
It's-
opinion wasn't formulated
It's not
under.
like it's not like that. It's
Because I'm thinking, what would be the example to this?
okay. So this whole case is about Drake has another son, right?
Mm-hmm.
If
That is.
well,
Gonna.
I think that's part of it, right? There was a lyric in the song that he has another son, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So if a gossip channel said that, like an opinion channel, that's whatever.
I think
That's not.
what's different is how did he get that information? Did the company help to seek out to get this information? What's the company involvement?
Which company?
UMG.
Oh.
That's why I want to see the details to understand, okay, why is it being dismissed?
Hmm.
Because the foundation of the case can be not strong to say, okay, no, the company is liable for this.
Well, part of it is as they're saying, the platform through which is being said. It's that the
Mm-hmm.
opinion versus the kind of opinion versus
the
news
platform
fashion.
being Kendrick singing about this,
being a rap song. The
it
platform,
being a song.
if this was a new channel said that would potentially be a problem. But since it's a rap song, which is essentially an opinion piece, it's okay. That's part of the
Yeah, let's
argument.
see more.
Drake's tailor-made freestyle, which I have said many people with two brain cells to rub together have said. Drake lyrically in this track, let's put it up on the screen, literally goads Kendrick Lamar into bringing up the PDF file allegations. So Drake kind of being the master of his own
Because
undoing there.
you do
because
know, like nowadays, rap is being watched by investigators. So these companies are mindful to not have their artists getting caught up in an investigation, like a Young Thug. So, in knowing what happened with Young Thug, you would think the logic would be that these companies would be very cautious of what you're putting out there because it could be a liability for me. So, I think that UMG giving the green flag for this record, because it still has to go through UMG to get cleared, it holds UMG partially responsible of a clearance of a song that could potentially have ramifications for Drake, where he can be investigated. Because what is said also, I see lyrics says it can be criminal, like the PDF
But it's
situation.
art. It's fiction, creation of fiction. Isn't that what
I
they
think
ruled in Young Thug's case?
the situation with Young Thug's case, I don't know all the explicit details, but it
But
doesn't stop it being a case being brought up. Like I can see why an individual would not want something like that out there.
yeah, but it's just basically you can't use rap lyrics in this, like in a court to that's a proof against you. That's the whole idea, right? So if that's in this case, if Drake is whatever he's alleged to be, like it shouldn't be used in the court. Like you can't use that as a proof that he is that.
Doesn't stop it from making it to court.
But
So you could be
you
that
still-
one case to change it all
but you
because
still need some sort of actual proof that is. That's,
yeah,
this
but
song is
he
not
feels
enough.
he has proof. That means like nothing stops a case making it to court because you could be that case that changes the findings of the rule.
The judge stopped.
Well, he has a right to appeal, and I don't know what's the details for this because just because it was stopped doesn't mean that it's the end. It's the end until it's the end.
dared Kendrick Lamar to talk about the topic. He then turned around and sued UMG because he talked about it. Bro, you told him to talk about this, and then he did. Like, this has got to be one of the dumbest, stupidest, most idiotic, like self-inflicted L's in all of history. Another important piece of this document and Drake's argument in this case was just how far and wide Not Like Us was spread across the internet, people talking about it, sharing it, covering it, essentially using this as proof of the power of the defamation in this case. However, according to Judge Vargas and the court, republication and spread of Kendrick Lamar's opinion doesn't change it from being a non-actionable opinion. It still remains to be an opinion, even if a million YouTubers and social media personalities talk about it and review it. It remains to be an opinion, even if it is performed at the Super Bowl halftime show. No matter how many places you talk about it and spread it.
Is
and play it,
Kendrick
it
saying
still
that this
remains to
is
be-
true?
Well, he said in the rap song, "Oh, you're a PDF."
But is he saying it's true? Like as a fact? Cause I remember his lyrics say I heard. So I heard is like I don't know, but this is what I heard.
Yeah, he said, "Heard you like them young."
Yeah.
That's what he said.
So I feel like this is like him making it like sound like his opinion, than him saying I know you like them young.
Yeah, he said exactly. He said, "Heard you like them young, certified, certified, something, blah blah blah." I don't remember the lyrics word for word right now, but yeah, he did say, "I heard."
Be that opinion. On page 23 in the decision, the language of Not Like Us is basically referred to be loose and figurative and hyperbolic, further bolstering the point of view that it is an opinion. And there's even an interesting quote here
Okay.
that says the
So
artist said in
this
track-
is very strong. This is a very strong argument that the song in itself is like essentially a hyperbole, is an exaggeration, and he's not alluding for him to say that this is factual. It's what's upsetting for Drake is that the popularity of it, that people are believing that it's true. But you can't not hold Kendrick responsible to what people take as what is true, because he didn't say it was true.
rap battle was a war of words that was the subject of substantial media scrutiny and online discourse. Although the accusation that a plaintiff is a pedophile is certainly a serious one, the broader context of a heated rap battle with incendiary language and offensive accusations hurled by both participants would not incline the reasonable listener to believe that Not Like Us imparts verifiable facts about plaintiff.
What this is going to do, which I think is maybe a plus for rap, is that people are gonna go real low. I feel like we're gonna throw harder shots because it's just I'm being hyperbolic. I'm just being
But I don't think
exaggerative.
I don't think rappers were ever like scared of being sued for what's being said. I don't think that was the first time that ever happened. So I don't think it was never in anybody's mind that, oh no, let me not say this because I might get sued.
I feel like there was like a line. I feel like there was a line that, okay, you don't talk about some things. And I've been noticing now that people are now crossing over that line. So I think it's
Nikki?
opening that door that we could talk about anything now. Nothing's off limits. Because there was essentially some sort of code.
Page 26, the court and the judge do lend some credibility to the idea that an opinion can have facts held within it. They sort of have this in a mixed opinion section. So, it's not as if there is no merit or no basis whatsoever to some of the claims that Drake has made here with his lawyers, but it's clear that the court and the judge just don't think Kendrick Lamar's words in the context of the rap battle.
So I think
basically like
Drake can have an argument, but in this particular case, they feel like it doesn't apply.
Reach this very high threshold to whether or not his words could be construed as being just so factual, so undeniable that this would be an instance of actual real defamation. And again, as I said earlier, Drake and his lawyers could mount a sort of appeal from here potentially, though personally I think that would
that's
be
gonna
just
be
as
quite
doomed
hard.
as this case was from the outset.
It's gonna be
and frankly,
hard.
now that this is done and over, I hope we can just like find more space to just be acting normal, just kind of chill out, act regular. Like even some of the obsessive freaks I was
Because
talking about
then
earlier,
for
I know
him
are
to
capable of just,
show
like,
to have a possible win, he would have to show he was impacted, like he's losing deals because of what was said, like specifically
I don't
said.
even think that's enough. I think he would have that's not what the issue here. I think what he would have to show is that it is actually a fact, that people took it as a fact, which is, I don't know how.
Yeah,
you prove
that they get consequences of that. Because then someone says outright, like all he needs someone probably to say,
I don't think the consequences matter.
I think you're this because this is what this person said, so I'm not gonna do business with you.
Because he can show the consequences.
So what would be the consequences?
His streams decreased, his popularity decreased. Like,
No, but it has to be directly related to this.
after the timeline, show the timeline that after this beef, after this song, it started decreasing. I think he definitely can show the effect that he's been affected since then.
I think by his actions,
but I
but
don't think
not
that's
by
enough.
not by the song in itself. I think if he came out with a song that went more bigger than Not Like Us and it was a win, he would not be doing this.
Of course, that's a fact.
So that's that's
That's a
clearing him
fact.
for sure. So the fact that he lost in this battle, he's more salty that he lost than
Yes.
him proving, oh look, this is the
But
ramifications. I don't think he
I
suffered.
do think it affected his pocket too.
Nokia went did what it was supposed to do. It's just that's the time we're in. I don't think he's being impacted by this case. I think that's the time. That's the amount of sales that rap is doing nowadays, and that's it.
Being average everyday people again with well-adjusted brains, because many of them for the most part were exactly that before this
Because he
battle
able
even
to
happened,
drop
then
Nokia and
that,
it
as
did
as
well.
this case became like this weird thing to become obsessed over. But now it's come to a close, and hopefully when each of these artists releases music again into the future, we can just kind of like enjoy or not enjoy their music for what it is, and like not have to view and interpret every single fucking stupid thing they do within the lens of this battle, this lyrical battle, and this legal
This video
battle.
could have been
But
5
that's it.
minutes.
That's all I got. Thank
Yeah, he beats around the bush.
I lost. I lost my time too. Guys, let me see the comments here.
So basically, Drake got handed the legal opinion that said it was a song, bro. Chill. Drake is going to send you an entire recipe book tonight for this. Dear lawyer, I'm sorry that that is your client, let me be honest. Bro managed to drag a loss for close to 18 months. Kind of impressed.
I also think he's human too. Like no one wants those things said about them. Yeah. Okay, guys. Of course, let us know your thoughts. Forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And as always, share as much kindness as possible.